This is Innovation Connected, coming to you from the World Economic Forum in Davos, a podcast by Tenity.
Welcome to my esteemed guest, Konrad. Maybe you can do a quick introduction about yourself, and then we start with some questions.
Thank you, Max, for having me today. I'm Konrad Merino. I'm part of the leadership team at the NEAR Foundation that looks after our ecosystem growth and different projects at the intersection of business and technology. I work very closely with our founder, Ilya Polosukin, on how we can make NEAR blockchain and NEAR AI accessible to everyone.
Okay. So you come from traditional finance as well. You are now 6 years, I think, at NEAR. So you saw a bit of changes in the whole space and ecosystem. Maybe you can say somewhat on your personal view, what has changed.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been with NEAR ecosystem for almost 3 years now. Before, I was working in the TradFi space. I started my career in investment banking, working for a large French investment bank called SocGen. At the time, we didn't speak about blockchain tokenization, so these were the new concepts that I tried to understand and grasp when I was growing in my career. And at some stage, around 2017, I discovered Bitcoin and Ethereum and the magic internet money called crypto. So I got interested in it. Like many people, I started from the speculation angle. I tried to get rich through trading, but lost all my money. But then learned more and more about the technology itself and how it can really transform some of the applications of the internet.
Yes.
And that's what brought me to work with NEAR.
Okay, wow. So what is then the focus of NEAR?
So NEAR started as an AI company, and Ilya, our founder, encountered this problem of paying computer scientists around the world with fiat money because they didn't have the right banking account, and it was very difficult to pay them for specific micro tasks. And he invented blockchain, right, as a side kind of business to his big AI vision, and it took off. So it was around 2017. There was a lot of hype around the layer ones, and it happened that NEAR blockchain was and still is one of the most scalable blockchains out there. We never had downtime on our network, unlike many of our competitors. And Ilya and our engineering team built it for mass adoption. So currently, we are one of the most used blockchain by number of users, but also at the core of our mission was to build a user-owned internet, right? And now since AI is back in town and everyone is deploying capital into AI, we are going back to our roots, and we are launching a set of infrastructure products to merge these two technologies, blockchain and AI, to really empower users to own their data in the internet space.
Okay, but that's not only a specific NEAR thing, the combination of AI and blockchain. That's something which most of other layer ones are doing, right? Okay.
Absolutely. You're spot on. I think what distinguishes us on this front is that Ilya, our founder, is one of the father of the modern AI. He's one of the 8 co-authors of this famous paper called Attention is All You Need that laid out the foundation for Transformer, which is the technology that powers all the generative AI that we use now. So we are uniquely positioned on that front. Plus, during our annual tech conference called Redacted in Bangkok in November last year, we announced our set of AI products. One of them is AI Assistant, and the other one is our agentic framework, where people can use and come and pick AI agent that they want to plug on the back of their applications. So that's first step. The second step is to leverage the fact that we are the blockchain. So in our vision, we believe that we are at this point where the way people interact with internet is going to change. So in the past or up until now, people are browsing through internet, looking for websites, using search engines, and then they need to do transactions on their own. We believe that AI will become the front end of the internet, and it will be your personalized agents that will execute the transactions on the back of the blockchain application. And this is what we're building towards.
Okay, wow, impressive. I mean, your role is you're responsible for partnership and in the end also for adoption, right? So getting more users and also users who uses it, because that's also sometimes the communication is about only new users, but not really how the blockchain is used. So which jurisdictions or which areas are focused for you? And is there a different also how you approach the adoption?
Absolutely. So Near Foundation is headquartered in Switzerland, in Zug, like many of the large crypto foundations. Nevertheless, we have entities all over the world that serve different purposes. On top of this, we have different ecosystem projects that are using this jurisdiction arbitrage. So to give you some specific example, we noticed that a lot of founders that want to launch tokens, they choose the very flexible jurisdictions of the Caribbean islands, such as Cayman Islands, where you can launch a token without much jurisdiction scrutiny. If you have a big crypto foundation or treasury to manage, Switzerland is still your go-to place. If you want to penetrate some specific markets from the fintech perspective, I think Singapore and Hong Kong are very attractive jurisdictions. So we are benefiting from the fact that we live in the globalized world and we can arbitrage these different jurisdictions for specific purposes.
Perfect, thank you. You didn't say US.
Oh, yes.
It's getting now interesting there, isn't it?
No, it's a very good point, Max, and thank you for raising it. I think US is back. I think for many years, a lot of crypto projects were avoiding US because the regulatory framework was very uncertain. Now with the new Trump's administration, things seem to be changing very rapidly. We are looking into how we can benefit from this very pro-crypto environment in the US at the moment. But a lot of our technological companies are registered in the US, such as Near.ai. We have our engineering teams in the US. Silicon Valley is still the hub for talent. And some of our most talented engineers are based in Silicon Valley. So I mentioned to you about the jurisdiction arbitrage, but we are also arbitraging different geographies for talent scouting. And still, US have incredibly talented engineering pool regarding the AI topics.
I mean, our podcast is about innovation. So is the innovation happening in correlation with, let's say, big other players? Or how do you tackle that topic? Or how can you support innovation?
So I think that the innovation is a very, very broad term.
Yes.
And the way we approach innovation at the Near ecosystem is really by empowering our ecosystem and our teams to come up with fresh ideas. So what makes me super proud of being the member of Near ecosystem is that we are very open to innovations, and we have been very able to capture some of our technological product advancement thanks to the fact that we were able to capture this feedback from grassroots, either from users or from some of our entrepreneurs that are using the technology. To give you one specific example, we have built this fantastic interoperability technology called chain signatures, leveraging feedback of one of our largest projects called Sweat Wallet, which at the time wanted to offer to their users different crypto, and it was very challenging because they were a Near wallet, and at the time it was difficult to sign the transaction from Near wallet on the blockchain or on ETH or on Solana, and we invented this fantastic things called chain signatures, where from Near wallet you can interact with any blockchain that you want.
Okay, very good. How would you see the let's say this geographical, let's say, tensions for innovation? Because the US is now coming back, right? There is still a little of, let's say, being against that what is more happening in Asia. So what do you think is the impact on innovation, or doesn't that have any impact on the Web3 space, digital asset space?
Yeah, so I think that there is definitely a geopolitical rivalry between all these big powers, US versus China, and we see it in the way the AI chips are getting weaponized.
Absolutely, yeah.
As a startup that needs to have chips to build our own models, this is something that we need to take into consideration. This is why, coming back to your earlier question, a lot of our AI engineering teams are based in the US because of the fact that it's not only easy to access the right talent pool, but it's very relatively easy to access the chip and the proper infrastructure to build the AI applications. Nevertheless, I think the spirit of Web3 is really about equalizing the field. And the good news is that thanks to the fact that we're able to hire people remotely, even though in your country you cannot buy the latest NVIDIA chips for whatever reason, you can still contribute to the technological advancement by working for a company like Near.ai or Near Ecosystem, because we have the spirit of hiring remotely.
Okay. So you came here to the WEF. What is your expectations of the forum, or why did you come here?
So as every year, it's a great opportunity to network, to figure out what's the latest trend and what is going to impact 2025 and beyond. I've been coming to WEF for 4 years now, and for me it's amazing how the topics of blockchains and AI have been getting stronger and stronger with every year. I remember that 4 years ago, the crypto people had only one small house on Parade Platz, and here now there are a couple of houses, plenty of events dedicated to specific crypto topics. So that makes me very, very excited and very optimistic about the future.
Okay. How do you see the Swiss future? I mean, they started a lot in Switzerland. The foundations are here, the Crypto Valley. How do you see that ecosystem is developing? Also with these different, let's say, places in the world where more talent is maybe attracted?
Yeah, so I think Switzerland had done an amazing thing, that they were one of the first countries to set the clear regulatory framework for crypto projects. This is why they were able to attract all these big crypto foundations, beginning with the new Ethereum Foundation. That was the first one to come here. And this has set up this precedence for this country to be the host of the largest crypto projects. Nevertheless, I must say that over the past few years, other jurisdictions have been catching up. I think the world had realized that crypto and the blockchain innovation is a source of generating huge income for its economies, also generating very valuable jobs in the economy. So I personally, as a person who is based here in Switzerland, I see a lot of competition, and we as a Swiss community need to convince regulators and politicians to really stay on top of this competition.
Yeah, that's true. I see similar things. Maybe as a last question, how do you see the industry in 2025 and 2026? Will there be another dip, another winter?
It's
as a personal question.
It's absolutely so. I think it is almost impossible to predict the markets, because it's the human psychology that plays a big factor in there. But from what I've seen at the beginning of this year, there are a couple of trends that, in my opinion, will continue into this year. So trend number one is the Americanization of crypto. We've seen all these meme coins, Trump meme coin, yesterday Melania meme coin, which is something unique, and I still need to think what would be the long-term implication over our industry. I see lots of positives, but also lots of risks. Another big theme would be the convergence of AI and Web3 that we have seen already last year. And I believe that meme coin and this culture of memes and communities on the internet and how we can monetize this attention through the token economy would also continue to rise. So these are the three themes that I expect to continue in 2025.
Perfect. So thank you very much.
Thank you,
I wish you a good forum and nice conversations.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.